What's up guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be working with the heavy bag one more time. Could you see the heavy bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. And once again, our goal for this channel is to be creative, cheap, inexpensive, and have, you know, a good routine for you guys. So like many of you guys know, the heavy bag doesn't necessarily hit you back. So a lot of you guys always want to find a way in which you guys could actually make the heavy bag a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fun. That way you guys don't get bored of just simply hitting the bag over and over. So today we're gonna have a heavy bag drill for you guys where we actually have this like safety tape. Well, no, it's not really tape, it's more like a safety rope. I actually got it from Home Depot. Once again, very cheap. So all we did is tie this little rope to one side and wrapped it to another side and pretty much wrapped it around the heavy bag. So there's gonna be like space in the middle in between each side of the rope. So there's gonna be space in the middle in which you're actually gonna start the drill from. So yeah, we're gonna show you guys some benefits of having this tape, which I hope that you guys will try out at a gym or in your own house, which is gonna give you guys, you know, some creative ways in which you guys can use this rope to work on the heavy bag. We're gonna start this off like this. So Lewis is actually gonna stand in the middle, and he's just pretty much going to be working his straight punch inside the little space in between the ropes. So he's going to be working his punches, and this is a great way to work your straight punches because technically there's not really a lot of, I guess, room in between to actually throw like these wide punches. So it's a very good way in which you guys could actually start training your straight punches. So another great benefit of having this little rope here tied together is the fact that you guys get to incorporate some defensive aspect into the mix of the heavy bag. So for example, as you guys can see, there's space in between for Lewis to strike, right? So Lewis could be striking right there in the middle, and then out of nowhere actually either, you know, bob and weave, you know, to his left or bob and weave to the right and find a new angle in which he could strike from, and he could strike from outside. We're gonna kind of pretend like this is the center line, right? Let's say this is the center line, and one of the biggest goals that you always want to have is to get out the center line and create a new angle in which you're able to strike, also compromising your opposition or leaving him in a position in which it's pretty difficult for him to strike back at you, or where he can't even strike at you at all. Once again, it's all about creating angles and being defensively responsible. So he's either gonna bob and weave to his left or to his right, and that's a new angle, and he's off the center line, and now he could attack from that new angle. Or if he wants to go onto his right, he could do that thing the exact same way. Another great benefit of having this rope tied up to this heavy bag as well is the fact that you could also pretend to kind of counterpunch. You guys could actually use these lines as punches, right? So every time you punch, you guys could slip your head one way and throw a punch down the middle, down the center line. Kind of like working, you know, the regular slip rope, where you get the slip ropes are kind of like interconnected. You know how like sometimes you drop your head and then you throw, you know, like, you know, an uppercut from one side, and then you go to the other side and you throw an uppercut. Same thing right here, except this time you're actually hitting a target, which in this case would be the heavy bag. It's all about slipping and countering, so that's incorporating another aspect of boxing into the heavy bag, which I feel the heavy bag could be manipulated in different ways in which you guys could work different components of boxing. So pretty much those would be our three little drills or three benefits that you guys could have using this rope tied up to this heavy bag. Well, tied up to the two ends and in between the heavy bag itself. The first benefit of this drill is, first of all, trying to work your guard, keeping those punches straight. Being in the center of this rope will help you kind of stay tight and work those straight punches, because you're pretty much forced to, because there's not a whole lot of space in between the rope. Second, it's all about angles, creating angles, trying to get, you know, as much of an advantage on your opposition as you possibly can. And well, the rope itself, we kind of pretend that it's like a center line, and you kind of want to stay off the center line when you're fighting an opponent, because the last thing you want is to take a whole lot of punishment in every fight. Third benefit of this little drill is counter punching and head movement, because of the fact that for our last drill, we use these little we use the rope themselves as like punches, well, straight punches to be exact. So we use them as straight punches, and all Lewis pretty much did was slip his head out the way, almost as if he were slipping a real punch, and counter punch. Like for example, like the Mike Tyson, you know, when Mike Tyson counter punched with his jab, he first slipped his jab onto the outside and threw a jab of his own. Same thing with this. We pretend these are straight punches and we counter punch off of them. Want to add anything?
No, the setup's not that hard and it's pretty cheap. Like you said, at Home Depot you get this cheap, and it's, you know, very, very efficient with your straight punches and avoiding straight punches as well.
Anything that you need to know, links in the description box. Go follow us, our team, our personal Instagrams, and yeah, that's pretty much it.